Hi everyone, welcome back to the webinar. Let's start from where we have left yesterday. Mm, So this is where we were. We were at many ways to designing the many ways to design a website. So we were here. Just let me check if someone has tuned or not. Okay, there are 4 people right now. Hi Prabhu, how are you? Very good evening. We will just give 10, maybe 5 minutes to let everyone come here. And after that, we will get right to this. So there is a slight change in the camera setup. It used to be here to the, I'd say now changed it to be more facing. That's one thing. Good evening. Hi Soumyadev. Good to see you people right here. So quick, man. Very good ending. So there is slight delay. I'm like my friend just told me it's more than that 5 seconds. It's like a minute or something like that. So there are you and Soumyadev are right. Prabhukiran and Soumyadev are the 2 people right here. Should we wait it to be like 4, maybe 5 people? If it reaches 5 people, then I would start. Did you guys join the group? Did you both join the Facebook group? Hi, good evening, Avi. If you haven't joined the group, you have to join the group. I have a wait, let me tell you what normally exit. One second. 3 people here. Okay. One person just went. So this is what we have in the group. Let me become small. Okay. I joined the group. Thanks a lot, Prabhu Kiran. So I have uploaded the video which has been which we recorded yesterday. Hi Praveen, how are you? So I posted something else from after the webinar ends. This group will have more content in it. So I told you I will make a video, sorry, a domain and hosting buying guide. So it will also be here in as a blog or as a video. So if you want to know how to perfectly buy the domain the right way, so it will be in the group in this. So you can see that in this it will be here. So that okay, I think we might not get more than 5 people in today's webinar, so just don't want to waste your time. Let's get to it. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, there are many ways to building a website. We will cover all those things in today. So some of them are custom coding using templates and either by using CMS, which stands for Content Management Systems. Okay, let me do something else. Let me just wait. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cover the terminologies today, not code terminologies. Hope you all can see this. Okay. We will cover this today. First thing we will cover this. We will go over terminologies. What is a web page? What is a home page? We will cover all these things. Okay. So we all know what web page is because we have already done, like we have gone into very deep what a web page is. We will see what a okay. this is anything which is on the internet is a web page. So this is an example of a web page. Next comes the home page. So when you visit a website, so when you visit codegnan.com, and the first page which lands is called the home page. This entire thing is called home page. Even if you type slash, that's what you will get. So that is called a home page. Okay. Next, what is a landing page? When you design something, when you are running an offer, and you want users to come to that specific page, then it is called a landing page. You want to take users to a specific part in your web page which has some offer set up, or you want to start the user, it is called a user journey. So you start it somewhere, that's called the landing page. If you want to see some examples of landing page for advertisements, but I will show you. Let's say HubSpot. Let's not use HubSpot. Let's use something which we all know. Prime, maybe Amazon Prime. Let's see if they have any ads set up. Let's go to. So you don't worry about this. Like it doesn't. So they are running ads. We can see their ads. It doesn't matter. Like just remember, I'm using something which is in digital marketing. So they want you to come to this page. This is kind of landing page for this advertisement. Whatever this ad that you're seeing here, this is their landing page. So there are very slight differences between landing pages. Wait, sorry, I messed up. Let's go to this. Terminologies for web. Web page, home page, and landing page have very slight differences. Home page is the main page for our website, and landing page is for specific advertisement, marketing, or even for a feature or things like that. It's not the home page for the entire website, but it can be considered as a home page for some specific thing. That's called the landing page. Okay. Next, we will cover heading and headers. Okay. There is another website I just wanted to show you. This doesn't have it. Let's go to just1ch.com. So this is my website. Okay, let me log out. Let's go here. So this is my website. Heading, this part, what you're seeing here in the top, let me screen grab it. Let's go to this. What you can see here, what you're seeing right here is the header, is the heading. We were talking about this header, and header is different from heading. It has navigation, it has menu items, and sometimes it also has a hamburger menu. We will cover what everything is. In every website, we see something like this. There is a logo. Jashwant is my website's logo. This is a menu item. So this entire thing is called navigation because it helps us to reach different parts of the website. So it is helping us navigate to the website. My website, for instance, have several pages. See, there are so many pages right here, and there are things like this. If you want to read the blogs that I'm writing, or if you want to see my skill set, you can just click on this skill set link. Then you will be taken to this page which covers my skill sets, which says WordPress Webmaster, Facebook Digital Marketer, and something which is into workflows optimizations. So I do all of these things. So if you want people to go to this page, you use the menu, you use the navigation, you use the header, most probably. You can also use different parts of you can use literally any part of the website to take people to anywhere. You can also use footer, but this is called navigation, header navigation. So you understand what navigation is. If you like, let me clear something. There are less people than yesterday. So I'm a bit like, what did I do wrong? I'm just thinking about that, and maybe I'm little bit not 100%. It will take couple of minutes, maybe more than that, maybe 10 more minutes to get back into the rhythm. So after that, it will be as good as yesterday's session. So those are menu items which are present in the navigation are called the menu items. If you see these three lines, these are called hamburger menu items, because in normally when you are taking a burger, the hamburger is very popular in the Western countries. So they have ham inside the burger. So when you are eating a burger, there are actually three things. One is the bread at the top, another bread at the bottom, and you see something in between, which is either the patty or the meat. So when you are eating a burger, you take this. This is the top bread, and this is the bottom bread, and you are eating the meat like this. There are three things here. That's why it's normally hamburger. So this is called hamburger menu item. Yes. So this is called hamburger menu item. Normally people just say that it's an hamburger menu item, but it doesn't directly make sense. You can some people also call it as like three. There are like 3-dot menu item. Instead of lines, they use dots. So I hope that it is straightforward now. When people say hamburger menu item, you shouldn't be like, what does that mean? It means the 3-layered design which is used as a menu. So that is called the hamburger menu item. So we understood this. Let's ignore this. Dimensions is we will take a couple of minutes. We'll get back to it. Width and height attributes. In any website, there are different things that are going on here. If you see, everything is normal in this page is text, because I just wanted to keep my website simple. There are a couple of icons here which are representative of just blogs, things that you read, and also book, that a thing that you can read. My skill set, I just wanted to be like magical kind of thing. That's why it's a magic wand. And this is the only thing that is not text or icons. This is an image. When you see this, everything has some resolutions. So the height and the width attributes are defined so that it only takes that specific place in the web page. Normally, so these are what height and width are. Let me show you. This is the actual image. Don't worry about what all this code is. We will just cover it in a while. So when you see this is the original resolution of the image. Okay, this is the original image. But when you can see, this is only rendering like maybe 50%, maybe or 75% of the actual width of that original image. Those are like images height and width attributes. Instead of letting it display completely, what we will say, display only, let me see how much it is, display only 540 by 397 pixels. This is one is the height and the other width is the width. So those are height and width attributes for any elements. Sometimes not just for images, you can actually define width for this. So this is also taking some width and also some width and some height. You can define this. Sometimes you just want this to be completely to the bottom. What you will do is you adjust the height and width attributes. That's what you do. You adjust or you specify the height and width attributes so that it will just make that element only to that specific height and width. It makes our job easy so that other elements won't overlap in that. Just let me know if the session is going a bit off, or how do you want to make it better, anything. If you see something off, just comment it. I will try to make those corrections. Okay. So then comes, you understood, like then comes the footer. So this is the header navigation or header. and this is the footer. At the bottom of the page, if you see something, those are footers. Footers are normally used to display something which are not important as the header, but you want people to find those things. In header, normally we put things which are very, very important. See, I have a link which says, let's grow your business. That's what I want to do. I want to help businesses grow their business. So that's why let's grow your business is on top of it. Blogs I wrote, recent videos I made, those are not as much as, those are not the first thing that I want to achieve with the website. That's why they are in the footer. Things which you want to show but are not the utmost priority, that's what you put at the bottom. Even you can see there is an about me section, which is like we won't put it at the top. So that's why we'll put it at the bottom. I hope it makes sense. So blogs, these are just terminologies. You just understand what that is. When someone says footer in a website, you will know that there is something which is at the bottom of the website after all the content is done. That is where the footer is, and you have to know that that's footer is. All of these will be given as a PDF to you. Don't worry. Just remember that these things are there in the web development, and these are just the terminologies that you need to understand. Then comes the side. Wait, there are blogs. Okay, let's go to blogs. Wait. There are more blogs in Codegnan. So let's go to Codegnan and let's read blogs from there. So see, these are like blogs. There are very informative blogs from Codegnan here. So let's see, web development experience with from an intern, data analysis, unlimited bulk emails using Python, data science. Okay, let's read about data science. So blog is a timed content. So anything you want to write on internet as a news article, you write it as a blog. So they typically has a heading, the title, which is heading, the name of the author, the date in which they are published, and the number of years will not be there. And to make it interesting, you have to put some images and infographics to make it very interesting. So that's how it goes. And this is all the content that they are writing. So when people ask you blog, it's just an article. It's like a newspaper article that you write on the internet, but to make it interesting, you add some infographics, maybe possibly a video if you can. So those are that's what a blog means. Sidebar, let me show you what a sidebar is. So this is the thing which is highlighted. So the latest blog is how data science is reshaping everything. So that is the main thing. To the side of the main content, either to the right side or to the left side, they create a section which will help us navigate to other things. So those are sidebars which are on the side of the main content. Those are sidebars. Okay, sections and divs are HTML elements. So section is in real world, when you think of sections, section of books, section of bottles, or there is a section like when you go to shopping, there is a section completely filled with gadgets and another part completely for buying groceries. All the things which are similar, we put that into a section, and if you want to do something, you go there and you find it. So when we are designing or adding any elements in the web page, we put that into a section which has related content in it. So if this is the navigation bar, so all these things here, this is the logo, this is the menu item, all these things are related. They are related in the sense they are all of them are menu items. So you put that into one section, and when you open the blog, all this information is the content, and the heading is also related to the same blog. So what you will do is you put all the blog content in one section. So it's easier for you to do. So section is like a container which holds all the relevant content. Next comes the div. Div is shortened form for division. If you want to segregate any two items which may or may not be related, you do that with div. So imagine this is heading, and heading is not actually is not the like this published by Saket Reddy is not the continuation for the heading. Both are in the same thing, but they are not continuation for each other. Now you have to divide both of them. That's why you use div. So you will create a div and hold this entire title, and you will create a div to hold the author's name. Another div, maybe if you want it to be more clean, when someone else reads your code, you will create another div and put all these things here. So that's how divs are. And call to action. So when you convert the meaning of the word into web also, it actually means the same thing. Call to action is calling users to take a very specific action, and that is call to action. So let me show you one thing. In the webinar page that you have registered, okay, in this entire thing, there is only one specific thing which has been highlighted. I am calling you to take the action to save your seat. And you can see there is another submit button which is grabbing your attention, asking you to save your seat. Before that, you have to give your username, your name and your email address to submit it. And when you go to another thing here, this is a call to action, but it is not a clickable thing. I just added swipe because when people just come here, it doesn't actually say to swipe. Like sometimes it's not very intuitive. People won't automatically think that you have to swipe. That's why we added swipe. And when you come to the bottom, again we are asking people to take an action. So if you want people to take an action in any website, you put that as a call to action for that web page. So another thing here is register now for free. It again goes to the top of the web page. Understood? Let's go to another page, which is like, thank you for joining. If you even see thank you for joining web page, at the bottom, you can see there is only one call to action in the entire page, which is click to join. When you click to join, we are calling the user to take that specific action. We are asking them to click this one. You're calling them to take an action. And this call to action buttons are different from other things in the web page. So let's go back to the terminologies. So that's what is call to action. Let's okay. Now comes forms. There are two types of, like there are several types, but let's for simplicity's sake consider one is a contact form. These are called forms. They will take the data, and when you submit it, it will take the data and submit it to the backend. Here we also have a confirmation after submitting the information. So Jashwant, thanks for joining is the information that we got, and there has been a contact form that was a contact form. Let me show you the login form. One example of a login form. Okay. So this is the login form. When you're trying to log in into any website, you see a login form. So if you don't have an account in that website, then you go to create an account, which is the registration form. You create an account here. All these things, contact forms, survey forms, all these are called forms. They are used to gather information. Sometimes they are also used to create an account. By gathering the information, it is then given to the backend. We will go about what backend is, what front end is. So that's what a form normally means. That's those are the forms. So in web, when people refer to like sorry, we have completed call to action. Let's go to servers. Servers is yesterday we have extensively covered what server mean. So we won't go about it. A brief overview would be the computer which is accessible by an IP address and which saves and then sends you specific information is called a server. Now let's see what an anchor tag is. So anchor tag is for linking things. Okay, if you see this page, that is called an anchor linking. Anchor means you put that here and it is linking to some places. When you see an ocean, there is an anchor which is dropped at the bottom and it helps you link to the train, not the train, but the boat, but the, what do you call it? Ship. So anchoring actually means linking two things. So when I click this button, you can see where it is taking me to. It is taking me to the page. So this button and this web page are anchored. That is called a anchor tag. So it's a HTML element. So what you have to understand is to link things within the website, you use an anchor tag. Let me also give you another example. When you come here, when you click on explore topics, which is also a button kind of, but it's called a text link. When you click it, you go to the bottom. What we are doing is this is a section in this web page and we are linking explore topics text to this specific thing. So when we click that, it comes to here. We're actually linking. That is called anchor tag. We do that with anchor tag. When you want to link things, you use an anchor tag. These are the terminologies. This will help you speak the language of the web. So when some people come and ask you, what is an anchor tag? What is a P tag? What is a H tag? Or what is a hamburger menu item? You shouldn't be like, I don't know that, I haven't yet gone to that place, but you will be comfortable in speaking the language of the web. That's the intention of going through all these things. Now let's go to typography. In web, typography refers to very specific things. It's actually the fonts that you use, the font weight. There are very different font. There are things like font weights. Like any font is not the same. Like if you see these both fonts, the heading and the paragraph, they are both from the same font family, which is overpass. Let me show you. Let me take this away so you won't get confused. So let me change the font. So I have changed the font weight. So it is having a different font weight. If I change it to 200, you can see there is an actual difference between 100 and 200. If I change it to 300, you can see it increasing. If I change it to 400, you can see how different each font is, right? Everything is a bit bolder. Everything is a bit different. So those are font weights. With using different font weights and by using different font colors, font families, that's it. Font colors, font families, font types. What you will do is you create a typography. One such example is, let me go to this one /design system. So this is a design system that I actually follow. So for H1, which are headings, we use 42 pixels. So pixel is basically the size. So if you change 42 pixels to 32 pixels, it will, like here, this is 36 pixels. It's a little bit small. It's not small. I haven't changed it properly. So at the bottom, you can see what 16 pixels looks like. And at the top, you can see what 42 pixels looks like. And this has a font weight of 500 and this has a font weight of 400. They are little bit different, but that's what it is. When people say typography in web, they're actually referring to the paragraph tag, difference in font weights and difference in font families. Are actually referring to that. Okay, I want to cover the ends, which is the front end and the back end, the ending of all this, because I just don't want to confuse you, because it's like have to explain the entire thing that happens when you send a request to the website. Okay, videos. There are different types of videos. One is a hosted video. Okay, where do we have videos? Where do we have videos? So when you see this video is hosted by Facebook, this entire thing is hosted by Facebook. Facebook takes care of doing it for us. And what we can do is, wait. So this is not work. I'm not able to get that, but let's go to YouTube. There are 7 people watching. Thank you guys. So let's go here. We will go to share and we will click on embed. So we can copy this. Let me open my code editor and let me place it here. Forget what's happening here. Just remember that I'm just embedding it to show you. Let's copy path. Let's go to our browser. Let's open this. See, what we have done is we have copied this and we have embedded this into our website. It's called embedding. Now we can play the same video from our own website. Understand? So this is called embedding. We are embedding things into our website. We can do this. We can also do this with people, like they have to allow us to embed things. Then only we can allow it. I just want to make sure that I'm back. Wait, let's share. No, it's like there are some other things that we have to follow here. So just forget it. So that's it. This is called, there are 2 kinds of videos. One is a hosted video. We can upload our own video to our own website. That is called hosted video. Even if Facebook does that, it's called hosted. So embedding means you don't have anything to do with the website. Sorry, video. You just take the video and you embed it inside that. So that's called embedding. There are 2 kinds of things: hosted videos and embedded videos. Next comes the image tag. So when we say images, there are actually 2 kinds of images. One are raster images, which means they have specific resolutions to them. When they can only look good until their own resolutions. Like if you take my image right here, let's see, it has a resolution of 80 pixels by 80 pixels is what it's displaying. If we try to zoom it in, you can see it's already getting pixelated. Now it's completely blurred. Like it doesn't have the same clarity when it was normal. But if you see the specific thing here, it is not losing quality at all. You see that? It's really useful. So even now it is very clear. Even when we zoom it a lot, like right now we are at 400% zoom, the image looks absolutely bad. But the icons, they don't look bad. They are looking even more crispier when we zoom them in. When they become big, they're have even more clarity to that. So what's happening here? So these are raster images and these are vector images. So what is a vector image? Vector images, they do not have specific resolutions. They are path. So forget about it. Vector images, they don't lose quality when they are zoomed in. They are not raster images. Raster have only very specific resolutions. But vector, on the other hand, when you zoom it or shrink it, it doesn't change in quality. Those are 2 types of images: raster images and vector images. Vector images in the web, they are normally SVGs. And raster, there are so many now, but normally we use a JPEG or a PNG. That's it. A JPEG or a PNG. PNG has transparent background to it. So if you want something like, one second, let me find something which is which has some transparent elements to it. I don't think so if you see this, you can see the background color. Let me change the background color here. Okay, are we here? Yes. See, even when I change the background color to purple, the background color in this is actually changing to purple. That means it doesn't have any background to it. Whatever the background, the thing, the div it is having, it is also inheriting the same background, which is purple. So things like that needs PNG, but this is an SVG, so PNG can also do the same thing here. So if we just reload it, we can get the things back. Guys, if you have any questions, just ask them. Some questions will help me make some engagement out of this. Okay, galleries are group of images placed there. So if you have a gallery, if there are image galleries, Codegnan might have some images. So let's see. So these are two images. So courses, webinars. Do we have any webinars right now? No, we don't. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back to blogs. There are no galleries per se. Maybe I would be able to do something crystal clear till now. That's okay. That's pretty good. We have 9 live people watching. Thanks a lot for coming. If we hit 10, I will do something which you will ask for related to web development. Anything which you want, I will try to bring it up tomorrow. Or I can help you build your own website. If after we reach 10 people, you say 10 people are watching, the first person who say 10 people are watching, I will help him design his own website. Deal. So those are the things. Thank you. So there is a modal element, pop-up element, and alert element. These are elements which are like all of them are normally used interchangeably. So sometimes it's very clear on what they do, and sometimes they are not as clear. So like when I click this button, there is something coming from the right side. From the right side, there is a slide, like there is a modal coming up. So those are called modals, MODAL, which like they add some information on top of it. In the same way, there is alert, and also one second. There are pop-up elements. There are also alert elements. Understood? Okay, we covered this. We covered forms. We have to cover accordions. Do we have any accordions? Not here. So they are basically drop-downs. I should have linked to it. I was trying to, but I think I forgot to do that. Let's leave it this here, right? Let's close Facebook gallery. Let's also close this. Terminologies. Okay, now comes, one second. Now comes front end and back end. So these are the most critical things that we have to understand. Let's go from one thing to the another. So the easiest thing is to understand what front end is. So when I say front end, 10 watching, Tech Hub, you're there. So Tech Hub it is. So 10 people. Man, what happens? I saw 10 were watching, and Tech Hub said 10 were at 10 watching. So it will be him. Let me pin him. For the most useful thing would be, so transition effects can be called as a modal elements, brother. It is my doubt. No, transitions are animation effects. So animation effects are completely different. So model is an element which comes in. It doesn't have to come in, but it adds it's like a pop-up. It comes as a pop-up and it adds some information. Wait, who did it first? Okay, Prabhu Kalyan did it first. I don't know how I missed it, but Prabhu Kalyan did it first. Then it is Prabhu Kalyan. Man, we will design a website for you. You have to buy the domain. Maybe I can take care of the hosting for you, but let's see how it goes. But we will design a website for you. Anime, like transitions, let me tell you what a transition is. If you see, it is coming from the right side to the left side. You see that? And when it is going away, it is fading away. Just pay close attention to how it is going off. See, when I click the close button, it's fading away. Understand? So that's how it comes in and it goes out. Those are called transitions. Those are called transitions. How things happen, how things comes into the picture and how they go out, those are called transitions. I hope I was able to answer your question. Now, first I will complete what a front end is and then I will go to back end. So what's happening here? Okay, I think you can see that. So that web page has loaded on my browser, on my mobile browser. I can interact with all these things. So if I touch Google logo here, I can touch it. And I cannot do this for a long while, but there are so many things in the page. So there are so many things here, and when I click, I don't know what I'm clicking, but I will do it. Okay. And when I click a link in it, it is taking me to someplace else. So that means I'm able to interact with the things on my browser. Things I can touch, interact with are the things which are on the front end. They are called things on the front end. They are the front end. So what does a back end mean? So I cannot show this again because it's so cumbersome and I don't want to do it. It's very difficult to do it. Hold my hands, touch things without actually knowing what they are. So imagine this is the server. So the server is behind so the server is here and the user is here. When the user comes, he uses the front end user interface. Yes, front UI is a part of front end. Yeah, yes, we can put it that way. Okay, let's see. User comes with a 1 second. Okay, this is the backend. I am the user. I'm coming with a phone and I'm clicking whatever when I type google.com and I see a link, I click on it and the request goes to the backend. So what does the backend have? The information that is stored in the servers is stored. Then what is graphical user interface? Okay, I have pinned it. I will answer it very shortly. We're talking about the backend. So when you have information stored in the servers, they are stored in databases. So databases are nothing different from anything that we see in the real life. If you see a bookshelf has all the books stored in it. So if you don't put books anywhere in your home, but you just put them in the bookshelf, so that is the database of all the books that you have in your home. So that is the database of books that you have. And library is the database of all the things that you have, that database of all the books that you have in your college. So that is the database. So database is actually a place that you put all the information there. So so that's it. You have to get the data out of the database. you have to get the data out of the database, and for that you use some special languages that have been designed to do just that. So imagine there are hundreds of people's information, not hundreds, but imagine a server which is our Aadhaar card database server. It has so much of information of nearly billion people's information in those hundreds of servers that they have, maybe even thousands. So to retrieve information from that, people came up with a very special languages which are called database query languages. Most popular one is SQL, which stands for Sequential Query Language. In the database, you use commands, you use questions, queries to get the data out of the database and hold it for a while. But this sequential query language or any language, database query languages cannot give that to the front end, because those are only database query languages. They are only there to get the data or put the data there. So there are some other languages in the past, they are also still being used now. Okay, like imagine there is a language called PHP. What PHP does is, within PHP, it's a programming language. In that, you will write some logic that if username equal to Soumyadeep, then get Soumyadeep's phone number information from the database, take it and hold it in a temporary variable. So imagine this actual data in this pen is the refill. What we will do in PHP is we will create a container for the data. Data means actual information. We are trying to get Soumyadeep's phone number from Aadhaar card database. What we will do, we have to get the information which is the refill in this. So we write a thing in PHP to get this refill and put it in this container. These are variables. Now we take this variable, we can directly use PHP to display content on the front end. The front end is where we display content to the users. So this is the front end. So what we are doing is we are requesting the database to give the data, and we are taking them and putting into them some containers to hold it temporarily. And we take this data directly, or we can use something else like JavaScript and put it inside, display it on the front end. So whatever you cannot see or cannot directly interact with are the backend. The actual data is also in the backend. So those are the front end and the backend. This is one of the, like, this is a very layman explanation. This is not even technically very accurate, but to make things very clear, like, I just try to put it this way. So we have covered what the terminologies and what are the popular terminologies that are used in the internet. So the terminologies part is done. Now we will go to what are the ways to design a website. What we have done is, okay, there are several ways to design a website. One is custom coding. We write everything in that custom coding. Second is by using templates. There are people who have designed, who have actually created all those. They give it to you. You just edit the text and say that my website is fine. I just want this. Third is the CMS. It's not directly, like, it doesn't mean the same thing as the name says. CMS stands for Content Management System. Let's go to the custom coding. In custom coding, most of the times we use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Now let me show you what HTML, CSS, and JavaScript does. First, we will take an example. Then we understand the example. Then we go into the definitions. This is a website which can easily show you what that means. One second, what's happening? Okay, I hope that all of you can see this. Yesterday, Soumyadeep asked, what is the purpose of JavaScript? We will do that in just 1 second. But before that, we have to understand HTML. What HTML does is it is the structure of the internet. So HTML gives the structure to everything on the internet. If you are looking at a website like YouTube, there are hundreds of videos in it. Content management system WordPress. Yes, Vinay. I will pin it. Let's talk about that. So there is one comment here. If you see this comment here, Vinay Kumar is saying content management system WordPress. It's the Vinay Kumar, you're right. WordPress is a content management system, but content management system doesn't it's like Hyundai and car. Hyundai is a car company, but car is not Hyundai. You are right. There are also other popular CMS which are alternatives to WordPress. We will just cover them. Okay. Before that, we will complete this. Okay, we will complete this. We are at HTML, CSS, and HTML, CSS, JavaScript. HTML gives the structure of the internet. So if you don't have CSS, or forget all those things, if you want to add text, that is a HTML element. If you want to add image, that is a HTML element. If you want to add heading, anything which you see on the web is a HTML element. So with HTML, in HTML, everything is aligned to the left side. So when you see this, it is aligned to the left side. Without styling, HTML will look like this, and with the styling, it will look like this. If you can see, everything is same, but it is presented in a very different way. So if you see the straight line here, they added some corners to it, and instead of having it as a rectangular thing, they added rounded corners. So what it is making it as, it is looking, it's more compelling, and it is telling something with the styles. So instead of having a boring rectangular face, we are thinking that this person is a happy smiling person. So HTML adds the structure to things, and CSS will give you the styles. So with the styles, what it does is it displays it in a more meaningful way. So that's what is the use of CSS. CSS give you the styles to make things more compelling or make things more visual. So that's the purpose of CSS. And sometimes CSS actually makes things meaningful. If you don't have CSS, sometimes you cannot navigate through the website because there is no difference without CSS. And when it comes to JavaScript, this is the most important thing in the entire web. JavaScript is the brain which handles everything, which can help you handle everything on the web. So with HTML, we can add objects. With CSS, we can make them look more compelling, make them look visual. And with JavaScript, let's see what will happen. You can actually touch things and move them. Okay, I'm doing it in the wrong place. You can actually move them like this. So when you drop it, it's going down. When you click it, it's changing color and it is going to the top. When you just unclick it, do you see what's happening? So this is happening because of JavaScript. So everything, you can move it, you can drop it, and when you hit it to the edges of the screen, it is even creating an effect like it's exploding or it is compressing. So all this is done by using JavaScript. You can actually say you cannot design a functional website without JavaScript. If you don't have JavaScript, you cannot understand what's happening. You cannot do anything that you want to do. So this is happening. So not just with the mouse, but even with using inputs. So this is an input. Like if you see, follow my mouse once. Okay, let me go full screen. If you see my mouse, where the mouse is, my mouse is at the arrows, not just with like doing like this. It's bouncing. You can even make games with HTML, CSS on the front end and JavaScript using all these three things. So using this, we are asking it to move to some specific height and move right, move left. So that's what's happening. It's now floating. So this is what CSS, HTML, and JavaScript combined can do. So that was the same question asked by TechHub. So with these three languages, we can make a subject to come into functional. We can make a website functional using JavaScript, and to style it, we need CSS, and to actually have an object. So if you have both CSS and JavaScript, it cannot do anything. HTML is like the skeleton, and JavaScript is like the brain, which can instruct everything. Hands, my nose to move, me to use my hands to expand my lips. Everything is done by the brain, which is JavaScript. JavaScript has the capability to move my hands in the website. Understand? That's what these three things can do. So to do custom coding or to do anything in the web, you need basic understanding of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So those are the things. 2 minutes. Let me have another glass of water. So we have Moses, who is from South America. Hi, Moses. Thank you for joining us. Take a couple of minutes to greet everyone. So okay, I think I can post a comment here. So I hope I was able to answer Saumyadeep's question yesterday. Saumyadeep, if you are still here, just let me know if this answered your yesterday's question on what does JavaScript do. So this is what JavaScript does. It literally does everything on a website. Happy to see that you are here. That's okay. Do anyone want a break of like yesterday we took a break for 10 minutes. Do you want to have a break for 10 minutes? After that, we will go into custom coding. We will write some HTML. Then we will go to other things like this. Should we take a break of 10 minutes now, or should we take a 10 minutes break after this? Everything is up to you. You guys decide it. Later. Okay. Sure. 5 minutes break now. We are having a division among us. Saumyadeep just said 5 minutes break. Okay, let's. What I will do is I will make it a 10-minute break. I just also want to eat something. So 10-minute. We will be back later. No. Okay, let me change it then. Oh, let it be like we will be back at 7:10. Prabhu Kalyan, you said you will bring some of your friends. So please bring some of your friends. Let's make it more than 10 watching concurrent, more than 10 people watching concurrently at any time. If you can bring some. No. What you guys are doing? I already made a banner and put the 10 minutes break there. You are saying later. Should we take the break or not? There should have been an option to conduct polls. Or no, there is none. Okay, people have left for some. Like some people have already taken the break, so I will also go now and be back very quick. I'm turning my mic off. I hope they are watching. Okay, you told them. Then it's good. So no break. Move on. People have I think people have already left tech hub, so we will take a small break, 10 minutes, and we will just come back because it's like we understood what html and css is, so there is a categorical, like even like chapter wise there is a break. So Moses, sorry, as soon as you came we are taking a break. We didn't want to, but make sure that Moses you join 6 p.m. Indian Standard Time tomorrow. Tomorrow, by after 1 hour, we will start building our own website. Maybe in half an hour, maybe after 1.5 hours or something. Okay, I'm going now. I don't want to take more time. Let's make it full screen. I'm muting. Welcome back, everybody. I will just let 2 more minutes, maybe 3 more minutes. Not sure. And after that, we will start the session. Welcome back, everyone. Sorry, you had to hear that. Hi, Tech Hub. Welcome back. Welcome back. So, let me close things that we don't need. Back again. Hi, Abhi. One more person. If we get seven watching, then we will start. I think Soumyadip is yet to come. Maybe he's already here. Not sure. Sure. Just give me like if we get seven watching, then we will start it. Couple of minutes. Let's just give people a couple of minutes to come back. It's very important to take a break, let things go, and then we can take a small deep breath. Okay, Prabhu is back. Soumyadip, I think, is also back. So we will get right to this. So we have covered this, what each module does. Okay, let me go full screen in this. Okay, this looks good. So we have seen the previous module and module. Now let's go to understanding live example and custom coding things. Okay. Further, let me open VS Code. So this is the web page. This is how a code editor works, and this is called VS Code, which stands for Visual Studio Code. And this is like a very advanced thing. Let me tell you why it's advanced. So by just a single shortcut, you can create all the. This is called a boilerplate. So boilerplate is like a template. So instead of writing everything, you just create a boilerplate and you start right from there. So this is a boilerplate. Forget about everything. I will forget all of that in there. We have to create a title. So a title is, this is my first web page. So we have written a title, and whatever the content is there, we add the content in the body. In the body, literally it is the body. And there are different things which are in HTML other than body. They are head and the body. As you can see, even in a human skeleton, human body, let's call it human anatomy. In human anatomy, the thing you see at the top is the head. Below the head, you add the body. And everything is inside a human thing. Like this is called head, this is called body, but the entire thing is called our body. In the same way, most important thing here is the HTML. So you are writing one HTML here and writing another HTML here, and inside that you have the contents which are, first is the body. Okay, let's remove all this, and what you are seeing here is inside body you are adding a title. So let me show you what does the title do. Let me copy this, copy path. Let's close this. Let's open our browser. Okay, let's. So we have opened a browser. Let's paste it. I'm opening that file. And you see at the top of the window, this is my first web page. Did you remember where we wrote that? So if you write a title, it comes here. That is what a title does. So it's inside the header. Inside body, we write the actual content. So let's say Prabhu just said he's back. Now what we will do is we add the same text. One is Prabhu Kalyan. This is his name. After that, he's saying back. Saying back Jeshwant. So that is what he is saying. Now let's go to the code. Let's go to that web page and let's reload it. You can see Prabhu Kalyan and Jeshwant. If you see the name, he is whatever the comment he is saying here, there are two things there. One is his name and other the comment that he posted. In the same way, we also have his name here. Let's say it is in bold. What we can do is open another tag. You don't worry about what I'm typing. That's not the intention. The intention is to show you many ways to build a website. We are not actually building a website now. So you don't need to pay attention to everything. You just have to pay attention to the things I am doing on a overview level. It's not deeply, you don't understand why I'm opening the same thing here and why I'm closing it here. If you can see, this is a closing tag, closing braces. Why I'm using that? You don't have to understand it because the intention is not to teach you HTML here. The intention is to make you understand many ways that you can build a website. One way is like this. You write everything. So to display, let me make it easier for you to understand. I'm just taking away some tags. So this is what you have to do to just display. Wait, where is the browser? Where did it went? So to just display these two lines, you have to write all this. So as you can see, these are HTML elements, which are just simple P tags, paragraph tags. This is simple text. To write these two things, if you are doing like writing to display two things, you are writing this much of code, like 15 lines of code already. Imagine if you have to display a web page. Wait. Okay, we have a little bit of the course here. Let's say let's leave this. Let me go to the folder again. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me find the right folder here. It's in data. Let's go to okay. I will open a web page. See, this is one such web page that has been designed by someone else on the internet. This website does have good content in it. See, there is so much happening. There is text here. There is an image which is coming from the right. This is a transition, as someone asked before. This is all these animations. They're coming in slowly. Those are transition speeds and all. So there is so much of things that are happening here. You see, so much of stuff. Sometimes we don't want that, but it's happening. Imagine how much code that you have to write for this. Let me show you how much of code is actually involved in writing this. Can you see the stuff in here? Let me go outside and you can see it on a full window, that how much of code that you have to write to display that web page. Are you seeing it? It's not. There are so much of things that is going on here. I'm not yet done. I'm still scrolling. So now we are at the bottom. We are saying this. So this is the HTML that someone has written. There are other things. This is CSS styles that are written for this website, not for the entire website. This is one CSS file. When I say cascaded style sheets as styling, I'm not talking about a single file. Let me come into the picture. So when I'm saying cascaded style sheets, cascaded means one which is laid on top of the other. So there are multiple style sheets which are laid on top of the other. So styles are not singular. Sometimes it can be, but normally there will be multiple CSS files because you're styling multiple things and you don't want things to overlap and you just want things to be clear. But if you see this is not easy to write. I didn't write it. TechHub, I didn't write it. I don't actually, I write code for very specific things. Normally, my daily WordPress development is involved in designing things, but not in writing code. Sometimes I do write whenever it's utmost necessary, but most of the times I don't write code. So as you can see, this is like so big. That is a CSS file that you saw. If you want to see the JavaScript files, you can see this. This is one JavaScript file which is needed in this website to make it functional. So imagine how much things that you have to write. Custom coding requires you to have deep knowledge of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and that's only for the static files. I forgot to explain what a static and dynamic file is, but remember, like simplest explanation is if a web page changes depending upon the type of user, it is dynamic. So it's dynamic, which means dynamic itself means changes. It changes by time, it changes by season, that kind of thing. So if a web page have a different home page, different hello message for everyone, then it's a dynamic page. A static page means, let me show you an example. Google.com. When I open Google.com, normally we think it's a static page, but it's not, because if you can see here, there is a code, there is logo of Codegnan. You won't see that. You will see something else. Even when you think of YouTube.com, you think it's a static web page because there is content displayed everywhere here. But the ads are different, the recommended videos are different, everything here is different. So this is also a dynamic page. So what is an example of a static page? learnwp.codegnan.com is technically a static page because no matter who comes to the website, it displays the same page, static page. Other examples of static page will be Elon Musk's website, which is x.com. No matter who comes, it will show you the same message, which is X. So that's a static page. Dynamic and static is different. So you have seen this is a static page. This is incredible. Like the functionality is great. Even they have a different design for mobile. One question is, what is this called? If you comment, what is this? What is this button called? Tell what is this button called. That's one question. I will wait for the answer. Okay, I will pin the first answer also. What is this button called? Okay. Menu, yes, it's called menu. Hamburger, yes, right answer is hamburger, and it is also a menu item. So I want to pin both of yours. Okay, let me do something even better. Soumyadeep, yes, Soumyadeep, Prabhu. So these three persons have answered correctly and immediately. Now let's go to a question which Tech Hub has asked. So UI can be called as a static page. So you are like trying to link things, and it's good because things we know and things we are learning, if you are able to simultaneously link together, that's incredible way of learning. That's how you can learn things way faster. So user interface, once just give me once. Let me get the definition of user interface. Okay, let me get the definition here. So this is the definition of UI. TechHub has brought a topic, very interesting one. So UI is a point of human computer interaction. So anything that you see on a web page can be a user interface. They can also be keyboards on screens, keyboards, mouses on screens, like that. So that's user interface, yes. Dynamic page also, like anything which is on the web is a user interface. One, like how many of you actually use Telegram? I just want to know, because I am a digital marketer also. So benefits of having a Facebook account and also disadvantages of having a Facebook account. When I balance them, Facebook does give some great features with their Facebook group. So that's why I didn't go to other platforms. I definitely use WhatsApp for personal communications, and DM. I never tried Telegram a lot. So I will, like, if there is enough people asking for a Telegram thing, we will go there. And Saumideep, just drop a message to me on Facebook or Facebook. I think that's the only possible thing here. Drop a message to me on Facebook, like if you have like privacy concerns about Facebook and that's why you're not using it. So in that case, I will try to come up with something, because the problem with having a group on WhatsApp, on our Telegram, I think is we cannot have a conversation with everyone. Like it's one on one. When people are talking, it goes up. Like, and finding it is also very hard. So if we put that in a Facebook group, you ask me a question and I answer you and I can pin it and I can refer it to sometime else. Like after a week, if I want people to see that, instead of answering, I can just link to that. So that's why I recommend and I'm asking everyone to join Facebook group, because if Saumideep has a question and he asks me, I put it in the group and I just pin it there. People can easily see it. And these things, WhatsApp, Telegram, are good for conversations, maybe one on one, but they are not so good for having knowledge sharing, or in this instance, information to build a website. I will look into it. Like, couple of people have already asked for a Telegram channel. Codegnan already have a Telegram channel. I will try to get it, but that is not for WordPress. We are having a dedicated group for WordPress. So in that, we will learn a lot of things. I promise you, there will be at least a weekly big blog on things that you can do with WordPress. Or if someone needs help, I can drop in and chime in some time to design things for you. So that's it. So the problem with UI and UX for me is I think both of them are very tightly coupled that we cannot distinguish between UI and user experience. UI and UX. So that's where I get confused a bit. Let's get out of this and let's get back to it. The thing I wanted to mention here is custom coding is not everyone's cup of tea. That's what I wanted to put there. And let's go back. Okay, we are back. When you're writing custom coding, it's your logic, it's your code, you can easily understand it. And you have complete control over it. Problems with custom coding is it takes time, and we don't have to do that. Not today, because we definitely have other solutions, and they can help us build websites faster than custom code. That's why we are not using custom code. I do not like this webinar will not involve custom coding. It will involve something else, which we'll see. One second, where it is. So that's there. So I have shown you how does it look like with custom coding, and we have seen that example. Now let's see how a live example with templating. We just take a template and we edit things. We will go back to something which we have already done. Let's open a folder. Let's open, wait. Open folder. It is in core, it is in custom coding, code templates. Let's open this template. Open that page. Don't save, let it go. We don't care about the file. We didn't. In this, if you see index.html, let's also open this in the browser. If we open that page in the browser, we have already seen this. Like we have seen this, right? What we will do is we will edit certain things in here. Okay, we can find things. We will try to find things, and we will also understand what is the problem with using HTML templates. This is a HTML template. You can download it for free. Sometimes you can download it for free. Sometimes you have to pay money for it. We know what is in the head. Like if you can see, there is a head tag. This is where it closes. So in the body, you can see this is top bar. You are seeing social links. What I will do, I will just move it like this and put it things here, and you will understand what's going on. So social links are here. So if we don't need social links, so what I will do is we will just go close that. Let's reload this. We don't have social links anymore. So this entire div is for social links. So let's delete the entire thing. Let's reload this. So you can see you have removed the social links. If we don't want rapid here and we want something else, what we will do is, yes, it's the nav bar. So these are the links. I'm not able to see where the logo. Okay. Let's delete these two. Let's see what will happen. Nothing is happening. Okay, there is a text called rapid. Let's say we said we will design a website for Prabhu. So this website has, if we have a customized small thing for Prabhu, and let's say Prabhu doesn't need all these things in the menu, what we will do, we will understand things. So home is home. So everything in the LI is here. So what we will do, we don't need home. So let's delete home. Let's keep home. About, instead of about us, we will about Prabhu. He wants it to be about me. We change it to about me. Understand? Then he doesn't have any services, but he has portfolio. So let's delete this link from here and let's reload this. So we got that. We don't need the drop down stuff too. So let's delete the drop down stuff from there. We don't need this. It goes away. So drop down is gone. Now it looks like we are doing something here. Like we are able to control everything. Like this is also text. What we can do, instead of like this stuff, it says rapid solutions for your business. We don't want that. So the problem with these things will be finding where things are. You understand? Like I have to search for things. Sometimes it's not there. Sometimes it won't even be there. Sometimes it will be in a different page. Let's change things. Let's make this a bit smaller, or let's try Control G again. Okay, it's working now. It says, okay, it says rapid business solutions for your business. What we will do is the right developer for your business. So Prabhu Kiran website says the right developer for your business. And if you click get started, it will go to some other page. See, this is what you will do with HTML template editing. There are certain things you can do. There are certain things you cannot do. If you want to add a live chat, if someone visits Prabhu Kalyan website tomorrow and he wants to know it and he wants to talk to him, he cannot do it. And you have already seen the problem will be like finding the text. I was not able to find the right developer immediately. It took some time. Understand how much time it will take for finding everything and editing all this. It will be way less than the time it will take for us to build a website with custom coding. But it takes very less time to edit things and put it there, right? You don't have to understand everything in the website. You just have to understand the structure. But sometimes it might also take some time, but it is way better than custom coding. Okay, let's get back to our presentation. What you have seen with template editing is there are advantages. What are the advantages? We can pick from several templates that are available on internet for free. This template, I got it for free. We just have to give them a link that we got the template from them. So we just have to do that. It also requires very minimal HTML and CSS knowledge. Disadvantage is we have to understand the structure that someone else have used. So that will definitely take some time. And adding a new feature might not be possible, or it can be very expensive. Why it will be expensive? Because you have to ask the developer who have designed the template for you, and you have to ask them to design the feature just for you. That's why it will be very expensive. So next comes content management system. So what does content in that content management system mean, and what does management mean? Okay, those are the two things that we have to tell. So content is the data. So in the previous page, you have seen there are several things, like there was a page, there were images, and there were some data. So if they were having a contact, so in my website, you can see that there is contact form. So when you enter the data here, submit the data here, when you click enter, what will happen? The data will come to my database and it will get stored. So all the data, if you are not using a content management system, as mentioned previously, you have to take care of everything. You have to create databases, you have to create tables, you have to use a sequential query language, you have to use PHP, and then you have to take all of them and you have to do that using some other front end, like you also have to use JavaScript to show them on the front end. So it becomes very complicated if you have to manage all the data and all the content in itself. So data here is referred to as content when you are handling content management systems. Understand? So that's what we are doing with content management systems. They will take care of the entire content for you. And what do I mean by managing? So when you use a submit say form, instead of you taking care of the entire submission, which if he enters the data, he is entering it on the front end. That means there has to be something on the front end which temporarily holds the data. Then it has to go to the back end. Then it has to be inserted into our database. And when when we want to see the data, it has to come from the database and it has to show us all the details. Let me show you some of the details. The problem is I'm just worried that I will show you the email information of other users. But let me quickly try to get other things, like 1 second. I think I can do that from other tab. Just 1 minute. This is one kind of what you call as content management. Let's go to, okay. Okay, what I can do is, we already have the names, so showing names might not be a problem. What I will do, I will just take the screenshot of the things. Or is there any other? Wait, I can show you this. So if you are seeing this, can you see this? 1 second. So if you see this entire thing, so these are the contact submissions. People who want to join our webinar submitted this information to us. On 23rd, there were 55 submissions. On 24th, which is today, we have 18 new submissions. So we have some good number of people enrolling to our webinar. We initially planned it to be only for 2 people, but we have around 60 people who have enrolled in the webinar, in the form. So all this data, if no one was doing that, we have to take care of everything. We have to custom code. If we were lucky, we would have found some HTML templates, but they don't have the features to take the backend data, show it for you in the front end in a compelling way like this. It is not possible at all. So that's why we use content management system. They manage the content. It can be images, it can be pages, it can be posts, it can even be form data. It can be anything. CMS will take care of things for you. So that's it for on CMS. No, the session is not yet complete. So we are just getting started for today. So when I say CMS, what are the popular CMS out there and how much market share they have? If you can see here, WordPress commands more than 63% of all the CMS market. So if you have knowledge to build things on CMS, you have the knowledge to build 63% of websites which are using CMS, which is not great. It's insane. We cannot fathom. Like if there is a product in the market which commands more than 63% of the entire share, it would it would have been called monopoly. Like see the other players in the market. There are at 2.5%. There are at 4.3%. See, they are not even comparable to the giant that is WordPress. Understand, WordPress is not simply another solution out there. WordPress can be called as the solution to build things. Understand, that's how big WordPress is. 1 second, I'm just trying to get something here. Okay, let's leave it for some time. Understand, it's very big. It's huge out there. What are the other CMSs that are available in the market? you just have to remember the logos and the brand names. Sometimes the brand, they also have their names in them. So there are e-commerce which are specific. There are CMS platforms which are specific for WooCommerce, e-commerce. If you want to sell things online, which is very critical in this day and age because of COVID and because of people trying to stay home and stay safe, e-commerce is taking huge share and people are trying to get their business online and sell things online. So then you need e-commerce like Flipkart, like Amazon. People are in need to design their own websites from which they can sell things. So if you want e-commerce, there are specific CMS solutions for that. One is Magento. I think Adobe bought Magento now. So Magento is a part of Adobe family. So Adobe also owns Photoshop, Premiere Pro. All those tools are under Photoshop. Now Magento is also under Adobe. So Shopify is a Canadian company. So they are very popular and their solution is very solid. There are other platforms. WordPress is what we are going to learn. Let me show you some other numbers in regards to WordPress which will blow your mind off. One is WordPress. This is Joomla, Squarespace, Bittrex, PrestaShop, and Blogger. So all these things will help you design websites or even e-commerce sites way faster than you could have ever thought of. Understand? So let me tell you something more about the percentages themselves. WordPress powers 35.6% of entire internet, not the CMS, entire internet. So if there are, let me get another pen. If there are 3 websites, imagine each pen is a website. In the entire world, if there are 3 pens and 1 pen is definitely WordPress out there, that's how big WordPress is. I mean, imagine if you had a car out there, like there are several car companies out there, but in the entire world, if out of 3 cars, 1 car is definitely made by me, that entire car company is is held by me. Imagine how wealthy I would be. Imagine how big I am. Like that big is WordPress. If you are able to design using WordPress, you can design for websites which are more in, like literally there are 450 million websites in the internet. 35.6 in a market share in the entire web is something that has never happened. And the share of WordPress is increasing each day. It's not decreasing. Even before, I think it was last year when I was trying to get some information on WordPress, it was around 33%. It was less than 33%, but it was like near to 33%. But now it has grown to 35.6%. And as we have already seen in other CMSs, it is in 63%, and not even a single other CMS is coming closer to WordPress. That's how big and that's how massive WordPress is. Let me show you a real example. I want one of you to tell his city's name, and let's do a real example, and I just want to prove that how big WordPress can be. It's huge. One of you comment your city's name. We will try to find how many agencies, web development agencies in your city or in your let's say city, in your city are using WordPress websites. Like like our aim is to be employable and to get skills that people need, right? So let's see. Guntur, Prabhu Kalyan from is saying he is from Guntur. Okay, what we will do is we will do a real world test. So what we will do is Guntur, let's say web development in, let's say Guntur. Web development in, see, we will go one after the another. This is not my browser, so let me open my browser because it has tools that we can use. Let me open a new window. we got the window here. Okay. Web development in Guntur. Okay. Let's go to agencies. These are all the agencies in Guntur, right? So these are all the agencies. Let's go to the first one out here. So web Guntur. This is called gunturwebdesigning.com. So let's go to the clients. Let's open some of them. Propertybulls.com. These are not using WordPress. It's completely fine. Let's choose someone else from here. Add techno. See this website. Let's pin this here. Okay, let's pin this. This website is using WordPress. You can see it here. So this entire agency, their own website is also using WordPress. This is one case. You can see it now properly. Their website is here like this. Okay, they're also using other technologies, but the main thing is they are using WordPress. Okay, then they will obviously be using. We cannot see their portfolio here, so they are primarily using WordPress to design websites for them and for their clients also. Let's close this. These will also be using WordPress. Their website is also not loading. Let's say this. Lakshmi imitation jewelry. No technologies. Okay, let's leave. These are not using a. Let's find WebTwig solutions. So again, you see the web development agency itself is made using WordPress. Again, it's WordPress. Out of 3 websites, 2 are using WordPress, and let's see how their portfolio is. So their portfolio, let's see if we can go to their portfolio. Sometimes they're not properly linked and stuff. Let's go. Their website doesn't load. Again, Lara exports. What do you see here? This is a WordPress. Again, it is WordPress. Out of 4 websites, even 5 websites that we have seen, except one, every other website was powered with WordPress. So if you have WordPress under your belt, if you are a WordPress developer, you can design great websites with WordPress. The chances of you getting a job exponentially grows. They don't grow like slowly, steeply, they grow exponentially. And you don't have to go to other cities, other states, any place. If you have solid WordPress skills, you can right away get a job getting started, even a graduate, even people who don't have a degree. With the right WordPress skills, you can go out there, talk with them, show your WordPress skills, and get a job so easily, because there's so many things out there. Let's just open a random thing. So this is web designing company in Guntur. This is a Google site. You can see this is a Google site. We don't do that here. Web designing companies, why wave, they're not opening. Okay, I think I have made the point. Like, taking Guntur was all an act, like not planned. Prabhu Kalyan just said, take Guntur, I have taken Guntur. You can actually see, if you just, I would suggest you go install an app, Chrome extension, which is called Vaporizer. So if you install Vaporizer, you can see what technologies are being used. I use it to primarily see whether they are using WordPress or not, because I'm a WordPress webmaster and I would like to see what the companies are normally using. See, sometimes it doesn't load, sometimes it loads. I think I made the point. It's not on paper. It's not some USA clients are using. People in Guntur, people in Vijayawada, people in Hyderabad, people everywhere that you know, even people from Rampur Hut. I'm sorry, I'm getting it's Rampur Hut, right? Let's try to get something from Rampur Hut. Okay, let's do something which Samadip asked. Web development companies in Rampur. So you are from, okay, let's see. So this is one. No, these guys are coaching institution. Let's go to digital Infosys. Let's go to Idiosis. Sometimes they may not. It's in Bengal. Okay, you are from Bengal. They are using Adobe Experience, which is another. What about Wix? Moses, let me cover Wix for you. These two companies are not using it, but what we can do is we to go to their what we go to. No, this is an app. So these are okay. Let's go to dynamic website. Let's see how they're doing it. View their project. Their websites are not loading. They're not no technologies detected. So this company is not using like WordPress. But the other companies for sure which use. Let's go to digital. So this is Infosys. Of course they won't. They are not using WordPress. Let's view all, and I will get something. This is a training institute which is using Google. We don't care about Google. This is also a website from Google. Think you might have a good chance starting your own web development agency in Rampur, most probably, because there are very little companies trying to compete in your area. And you see, like when I type web development companies, you are even getting DTDC, which is very bad. So there are not many agencies. I don't know what is the financial viability, but you definitely have a good chance to start something there. I think most of the market is taken by Idiosis, and they are not actually using WordPress majorly. Let's try some other websites in their portfolio. This is not this. This is a gift shop. Let's see. Okay, here is again an app that we need to click on web development. Let's click on e-commerce. And for e-commerce, they have to come to Shopify or something else. See, okay, we got their first WordPress website. They are designing this using WordPress. So this entire website is on WordPress and specifically WooCommerce. I will cover it. WooCommerce is also a part of WordPress. It's a plugin on top of WordPress. So I think I have like these guys will do things with WordPress. I think most probably some other thing, not WordPress. This one. Look, wow. Let it roll. Let's see. So normal this is a custom-made website, but again, out of 3 websites, one of them is using WordPress. Out of their 3 e-commerce websites, they're using WordPress. I think I have made the point. WordPress is not great. It's not used widely. It is used massively. It's used by insane number of agencies out there, and these numbers just prove that. Okay, we covered this. We covered deep dive into web technologies. We have covered 3. We were supposed to take a break now. It was supposed to be just a 2-day session, but we have stretched it to the 3-day session, which is good. Okay, we will. One question was asked about, Moses asked a question about Wix. What is Wix? So it is WIX. It is not WIXI. It's just a typo. Just let me take a sip. Let me give me one moment. Sorry, there will be a sound right now, but don't mind. Okay. So there are 2 types of WordPress out there. Why are there 2 types? We will just cover it in just a minute. Okay. So there are, remember yesterday we discussed about hosting. So there are servers which we put our websites on. That is called self-hosted things. We host things by ourselves. That is called self-hosting. By self-hosting, we have control over what we can do. So when we don't have control over what we can do, that is called managed hosting. So they will manage the hosting for us, but we won't have the access to the actual server. We cannot do a lot. So when building websites, there are also solutions which will let us control our entire website, and there are other platforms which will give us only some control over things what we can do. So if we get control over every website, then it is called self-hosted solution. If we don't get the control, but we only get to choose some options in those options are what referred to as managed solutions. They will manage things for us, and Wix is one of them. As Moses pointed out rightly, Wix is one of them. Why will people look at Wix when we have something so widely used and so popular, so powerful as WordPress? Because not everyone will have the technical knowledge on what domains are, what hosting is, how can I create a subdomain, what is a subdomain and all. Some people just want to easily create their website by just editing text and adding images. They don't want to log into some other pages. They don't want to handle some other stuff. They don't want to do anything. So what they will do, they will go to Wix. They will go to WordPress.com. Remember what .com stands for? .com stands for commercial and .org stands for organization. Even here, .com stands for commercial and .org is an organization, and it is open source, which means anyone can take that code and use it however they want. .com does it for commercial gain. So these solutions are for people who want to get their website done without actually doing anything. They are businesses who need solutions like that. So what will you do? With the knowledge that you gain, you approach businesses to make their website. Instead of going with Wix, if they ask you to design the website, you can take your time and design a very compelling website and give it back to them. So they don't have to go with Wix. They will come to you, or their friends will come to you asking you to design a website. But you have to do it in the right way. We will learn how to design the right way. I think you have already understood what WordPress.org stands for and what WordPress.com stands for. WordPress.com will handle the hosting for us. In WordPress.org, we will take care of our hosting ourselves. Understood? So that's what it is all about. So WordPress.com comes with a cost. Hosting and domain, we have to buy from them or point the domain to them, and that's how it goes. So we are trying to understand things in WordPress. Now we are getting into the crux of the matter. We are going into actual matter, which is WordPress. So I have established that there are different ways of building a website, and we have also understood why we are going with WordPress, because it's great, it's easy to use, and it is widely used across the globe. So the most important thing in WordPress is to understand what a theme is and what a plugin is. So let me go back to our extended sense. Like these gadget, the mobile phone is now part of our human body. So when I give an example how it happens in the mobile phone, everyone will understand. So that's why going to the mobile phone example again. So when I say theme, you have to understand it's a launcher. So what does a launcher do? When you install a launcher, it changes the fonts, it changes the colors, it changes how your land, like if you can see, this is my This is my what do you call? Let's call it home page. That is a home page, right? That is my home screen. That's what we call on Android. We call it as home screen. In home screen, if I install a different app, the background changes, the icon changes, everything in the phone changes because I installed a different launcher. So to change how it looks and how the icons feel and how the font looks, what we will do, we install a launcher. In the same way, if we want to design, if we want to change how our website looks in WordPress, we change our, to make it completely different, we install or use a different theme. Launchers are themes. Understand? It's very easy now. So to change the complete visual presentation of a website, we understand we will install a theme in WordPress. Homepage, OS concepts. Okay. And what are plugins? So if I want to use Telegram in my mobile app, what will I do? I go to the Play Store, right? I go to the Play Store and I will install Telegram. That's what I will do. I will go to the Play Store and I will install. Wait. Let me go to Telegram. I will go to the Play Store and I will install Telegram. And I will install Telegram now. So now I have an application which will make me use Telegram. So it's an extension in my app which will help me do some things. What I'm doing is I'm plugging in a feature in my phone to use an application, to use a feature. In the same way, in a WordPress website, to extend what a website can do, in order to have a new feature, you will install a plugin. Plugin is like an application on the smartphone. That's what these two things are. Understanding these two things is the most vital thing in entire WordPress. You will have to understand when you have to use a plugin and when you have to look for a theme. It's very simple. When you look it from an example point of view, it's very simple. Theme helps you design the website the way you want. Plugin will help you extend the functionality of your website. That's how it is. So these are wait. So these are the things that were planned for today. So we are going great. Wait. Plugins are extended code. Exactly. Plugins are written by someone who will upload it to a place and we will download it from them. We will discuss more about it tomorrow. But the fundamentals are this. I hope that you have understood this. And that's it. We are at 13 live now, which is good. We started from 4. We are now at 13, which is good. Now, these are the things that we have covered till now. What we are going to do tomorrow is we will cover WordPress URLs tomorrow. And also tomorrow we will build our website and also understand what is in a WordPress dashboard. That's it. We are on time, even though we have only completed 1 module on the first day. We have completed 3 modules today. Moses, we are I am in Indian Standard Time, GMT plus 5:30. Join us very early tomorrow. We are going to start at 6 p.m. IST. Regarding the link, Dr. Ashwant Kumar, I have tried to create it, but there were I had to prepare the presentation too, and I had some other projects that I have to work on. So I had to prioritize something else. So sorry for that. I will get the presentation like feedback link tomorrow. Again, I would like to ask you, like, if you want to give the feedback to the course or anything, just go to Google reviews, find Codegnan, or go to the Facebook page Codegnan and drop a review or rating for the presentation that you have seen. Thanks a lot for asking questions, Saumadeep and Tech Hub, Moses, Prabhu, everyone who has asked the questions. Try to make it interactive. Thanks a lot, and heartfelt thank you. Your Facebook is needed too. If you like, wait, Moses, if you have already registered, you have to let me get all those links. I think wait. If you haven't, like, Moses, there are two things in this video's description. One is the registration link, and the second one is the group link. If you join the group, I will be there. I have already posted a couple of things there, not information related, but just about the webinar that's going on. So, feeling sad that tomorrow is the last day? It won't be the last day. So I will try to come up with something. There, I am planning to do 7 days of complete web development on WordPress. This is like, by the end, you will be able to design a website. But by the end of the 7-day bootcamp, you will be able to design your own theme. That's insane. So if you are able to design your own theme, you can do a lot more stuff. You can handle data, how it is present and everything. It will be an insane skill to have. So I'm thinking of something like that, but let's see how it goes. 7 days is like large time, and it also takes like a big chunk of my time, and I still have to prepare for it. So I still don't know the exact date. So if you join the group, that's why the group is so good. If you join the group, I will announce the dates when we can do it, and I will also, like, people who have taken this time to be with me and asking the questions and who are in the live presentation, I will come up with a like different pricing for all of you. It will be below 500 rupees. So I just want everyone to do it. Like, you don't have to think about money when you are joining a webinar with me. So webinar has been, a lot of effort has gone into making it. Bootcamp will be great. And there are a couple of things I just wanted to tell you. Bring your laptops tomorrow. Tomorrow, your laptop or your computer has to be with you. Phones won't work. Tomorrow, like till now, everything is done by the phone. But tomorrow, bring your laptops and bring your computers. Let's design your first website that you can kind of share. You can kind of share. It's not exactly sharing it, but you can show it to other people somehow. Okay. I will post in the group what you will need to do and what you need to install before the session starts. That's it for today. And Saumadeep, thanks a lot for the compliment. Thanks a lot. It means a lot. People who are staying till the end of the webinar, it means a lot to me. And again, as yesterday, I would ask you to bring your friends along. The information that you are going to get tomorrow, or the information that you are going to get from my side, that's an experience of 5 years and mistakes, things that I've learned in the 5 years, that is condensed and with these kind of examples which you can immediately relate. So I can guarantee you that it is not out there. Like, you can learn WordPress from many resources. There are infinite number of ways to learn resources, WordPress. But the way that putting the examples also takes time, coming up with examples takes time, and all of that takes time. So it has gone into making the video and webinar, but I'm able to do it. And if you're asking questions, I'm able to give the answer right now. And if you have any doubts later, even you can ask them in the group and get them answered. That's what I'm able to add things to it. I have shared the link in the Telegram groups. Thanks a lot for doing that. It means, as I said, it means a lot. I hope we can see more people, and I will come up with the feedback link tomorrow. Please join the Facebook group. I will talk to team at Codegnan, come up with a complete bootcamp, which will be kind of paid, but it will be for just for you guys who have attended this. I will also try to learn how to make that even more effective in the meantime. I'm still preparing for it. Let's see how it goes. Join the group. And that's it for today. If you have any doubts on the topics that have been discussed today, drop them in the comments. I will wait for a couple of minutes and answer them and then leave. And if you're going, just tell me how was the session. That would help a lot. Thanks a lot for joining again. I will just wait for a couple of minutes and then. Thanks a lot for your comment, Prabhu. I will stay for some time and just leave after this. Okay. I don't want to do this. I just wanted to go out. Okay, I'm out now. Thanks a lot for joining. Bring your computers tomorrow. So, Amitip, I will be answering your question now. And please do note that there is a delay in the stream. So, I may not be answering it immediately, but so website like GoDaddy. So Soumyadeep asked this question, like how to build a domain buying and selling site just like GoDaddy. Is it huge to invest? No, Soumyadeep, it's not huge to invest, but you need to be a domain registrar, which is very expensive to be a domain registrar. But again, you don't have to do that. You don't have to be a domain registrar. There is something which is called referral. So if you bring the traffic to them, or you can also be a reseller. So resellers are like you are more like brokers, like it's been used to be it's in this day and age. Broker is like used to be a bad word, but when he's like a mediator, you bring someone interested to the person who is selling it, you get a commission out of that. So you can be a domain reseller and make money from it, or you can use referral marketing to make money out of things. So there will be WordPress plugins. I have seen some websites, some business owners doing and selling domains. They are not domain registrars, of course, but what they do, they become, yes, mediator, right word. Mediator is the right word. What they do is they sign up for an account from GoDaddy, Namecheap, Namecomp, Porkbun, or anything, any domain registrar like that. They will sign up for an account from them. They will take the links. They will get some information. They will get some links and code and insert in their website. That's how it goes. So if I have to search for that, things like domain reselling. After everything, just type WordPress plugin. So that's how it works. See, there is a plugin right there, reseller store. With plugin, you have import catalog, pricing, prices. You can sell anything. You can sell website builder, themes, and everything. You can do everything from their official plugin itself. So if you don't choose this, there will definitely be other plugins. This is again, I think, GoDaddy referral things. Domain, WordPress plugin. It's not so expensive, but sometimes you might have to see. This is called domain checker. If you just click on live preview, you get to see how the websites looks. So see, this costs you $17. That's it. What you can do is you can type H1 CH1 when you type search. Congratulations, h1ch.com, one is available. You can click on buy now, and what happens is you can actually buy the theme, buy the domain. So that's what is happening, and you can buy things like this. So this is not expensive. You just have to buy it for $17, and you don't have to get the theme. You can use it on any theme, but they will give you a compatible theme, something like that. So this is how it goes. You have to research, because it's not just a single solution out there. You have to pick the right solution. And if you are trying to market that for selling domains in your own state, then you have to make sure that they have a language translation for Bengal. So those are the things that you need to look at, and how fast, how good the code is, and everything. So with WordPress, if you're going with WordPress, that's a big advantage. You will get to have all those plugins which has already been developed, and you don't have to bother about developing. I hope that answers your question. It's not expensive. You have to get the hosting. Is it profitable one? I think the niche is already overpopulated. It's like, if you compare it with something in the real world, if there are already big players, kind of, yes. So is it a profitable one? Swamidev, you are asking if it is a profitable one. The thing is, are you trying to make money out of it in a short term or a long term? If you want it to be what you aspire to be, if you ask me, I aspire to be a very decent WordPress developer. Right now, I'm a webmaster. I want to be developer. I want to be able to design my own plugins. So that's what I want to be. And there are other things. Just for simplicity's sake, just say I want to be a WordPress developer. So each day, I have to make efforts to be a WordPress developer. So again, if you want a profitable one, immediately it won't be a profitable one, because even to have the traffic to your website, it's a difficult one these days, because everyone is doing the same stuff nearly. So you have to find a niche. If you have enough circle, if you know people around you who knows people who are starting businesses, they need domains. And again, domain is not one thing which people continuously use. It's something which they buy for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. So the customer is only coming to you easier, and you have to get customers very, very quick, and you are only going to get paid one time. And there is no guarantee that you can beat giants like Google, like GoDaddy. GoDaddy will give anyone a domain first time. They will give it for 99 or 149. There is no possible way that we can outbid them. So there are industries that we cannot go there, like petrol industry. We cannot have a petrol bunk because it's way too expensive. We cannot have a telecom, we cannot start Airtel or Jio or Vodafone, because it's in thousands of dollars, thousands of crores of rupees we need to do that. So I won't say it's a profitable one, but you just keep it as a side business or a part-time gig, or sometime as a just a hobby kind of thing. You have to write so much of blogs and articles that consumes time. without that, like without all those things, I would say there are very good chances of you getting started career with other things. You can be a web developer, a WordPress developer. React is in great demand these days. WordPress development is in great demand these days. Shopify development is in great demand. So those are like very big job opportunities out there. So I cannot give you a job opportunity, job suggestion or something, but I would say it's not the right way to invest anyone's time right now, because, as I said, it's already uh, captured by the biggest players, and we cannot compete with the big players out there. So that's it. Samiti, you have to get your friends tomorrow, because you're asking questions which takes time. Just kidding. Just kidding. Okay. I was just. That's it. I hope that answered your question. And tomorrow, let's hope we don't fall to one or two people. I hope that we will, like, our record was yesterday. I think we got 20 people watching at the same time. We are getting so low watching because I never, like, no one knows about this webinar exists at all, and no one knows it is that this good. I'm just boasting a little bit, but that's it. Like, tell people that this webinar has been very good, that the teacher is trying, giving his 100%, again, all that thing. So WordPress development is something which you can do and learn. That's it for today. I will turn off my cam for some time. Let me go offline, and let's say I will go, let me try this banner. So that was today's session. Have a great day, everyone. I'm also leaving. Take care. Have a great day.